What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and this video is unscripted, okay? Let me just get that out of the way. I do not have a plan for what exactly I'm going to say in this video. I do not have a plan for, I don't have any script or anything, as you can probably guess by me stuttering like 5 seconds ago. But anyways, I decided that for this video I would have a little unscripted rant and just get my raw, unfiltered thoughts out there about the new Roblox Halloween Spotlight event and what I think of it, and what I think about all of its games. Because honestly, this time around, the event was quite a mixed bag. There were quite a lot of good games, there were quite a lot of bad games, so that kind of intrigued me. So I decided to go and play the event and see for myself how it is. And when I played through it, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna bring back an old channel tradition and just rank all the games on a tier list, to see how they scale up against each other, like I've done in the past. But anyways, without any further dilly-dallying, let's just get into it. So the first game that we have on the list is 99 Nights in the Forest. And 99 Nights in the Forest was honestly not a game that I enjoyed all that much. I mean, you pretty much just play 99 Nights in the Forest, and there's like new houses that you can like visit, do trick or treat, and that's pretty much it. That's all you do. You gotta trick or treat. You gotta go to 5 different houses and trick or treat during the night. And if you do that, you get the key. And it was honestly quite an annoying quest because I'm not that good at 99 Nights in the Forest, so I kept dying, and I didn't even end up completing the key tier quest. I ended up just giving up on it. So, yeah, the amount of time that it takes to get all those 5 candles to visit all 5 houses that you need to visit is it's a bit of a grueling task with how much time it takes, and it's especially grueling because if you die, you gotta go all the way back to the beginning, and you just waste a lot of time on this quest. So I think for that reason, I'm probably gonna have to put it at like the top of D tier. I don't think it was like horrible. I don't think it detracted from the event. I don't think it's like F tier, but it's just not a game that I enjoy. If someone else wants to put it up there and like B tier, who's like better at the game than me and like actually knows what they're doing and had fun with it, I wouldn't oppose you. But for me personally, it's at the top of D tier. Next game on the list is Adopt Me, and man, this one, this one, Adopt Me, man. Where should I put it? Where should I put it? Where should I put it? I'm thinking out here real hard. I think I'm also gonna put it in D tier, but I'm gonna put it even lower than 99 Nights in the Forest, because for this game, for Adopt Me, what you had to do is you had to play their limited edition Halloween game modes that would have been in the game even if it was for Halloween Spotlight. Even if Halloween Spotlight didn't exist, Adopt Me would still have their Halloween events. But basically, all you have to do was just play their Halloween events, and it was really tedious and really boring because it was just basically a big waiting simulator, because like the games would only happen at certain times, so you had to like wait around, wait for a game to start, and then you had to complete like a certain amount of games and get a certain amount of like currency from those games in order to complete the quest. And I managed to do it with relative ease, but it was just a huge waiting simulator, and I did not like it. So I'm gonna have to put it even lower than 99 Nights. It's maybe it's even at the bottom. Would they put it at the bottom of D tier? Were there any other games that were like even worse? You know what? I'm gonna keep it in the middle of D tier for now. If I change my mind later, I'm gonna inform you guys. Anyways, next game on the list is Armless Detective, and oh boy, this game actually really fucking surprised me. This game was really good. It was spectacular. It had an amazing quest. It was just so fucking good. And for that reason, I think I'm gonna have to put it in S tier. I don't think it's quite at the top of S tier because I think there are some games that managed to outdo it, but it is pretty close to being at the top of S tier. Like, it's just one of the best games that was featured in the event. It was so fucking good, man. But basically, what you had to do was you had to like investigate this manor as like an armless detective, and you had to like use the gadgets in your hat, like fucking Inspector Gadget, and you had to like collect clues around like this haunted manor to like to see like who committed the crimes around it, because there are like plenty of crimes that are committed around the manor. Like there is littering, there's like theft, there's just grave robbery. There's like a bunch of different crimes that the suspect can commit inside of that manor in Armless Detective, and you have like a list of 24 suspects, and you have to like deduce by gathering hints who, the suspect was that, committed the crimes around the mansion. And yeah, every time you restart the level, the suspect and the hints and the clues you can gather change. So it's not going to be the same suspect every single time you load into a game. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was an awesome map. It was an awesome experience. I was a little bit pissed off at first because I had no idea what I was doing. But eventually, when I got the hang of it, it became really, really fucking fun to solve the mystery of the manor and everything. And then, like, right after that, you had this mini game for the key, where you had to like do some secret stuff around the manor in order to unlock the mini game. And when you did that, there was like this mini game, as I said, that you had to play, where you basically had to play like a little rhythm game and hit specific keys on your keyboard to give out candy to people. You basically threw candy at people's houses in the minigame while riding a skateboard, and while a big ass monster was chasing you, so you had to like be fast and deliver those candies really quickly. But basically, what you had to do was you had to click specific buttons on your keyboard while riding your skateboard while passing by the houses, and you had to deliver 150 candy total to all the houses that you were driving past. And obviously, if you didn't manage to hit a key associated with the house in time, then you wouldn't be able to give out the candy, and you would have to like prolong how long you had to play this minigame for. But it was a really, really fun minigame. It was basically a rhythm game where you hit specific keys to give people candy, and once you gave out 150 candy, you would win, and you would get the key. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, Harmless Detective is definitely S tier. Next game on the list is Banana Eats, and oh man, was this one tedious! Oh god, I think it's gonna be the first F tier game. I really think it's gonna be the first F tier game. It's just, I really think it detracted from the whole event. I mean, basically what you had to do was you had to like get or catch or gather these pumpkins that would randomly spawn around the map in Banana Eats. But the problem with that is that only 2 pumpkins would spawn each round. So each round you would only be able to get 2 pumpkins that you can collect to get towards your goal. But the problem with that is that you have to collect 32 pumpkins in order to get the key, and like 13 pumpkins in order to get the runes. So you have to play like, I don't know, like 15 games or something like that in order to get all the pumpkins needed for the key. And the pumpkins, and like I said, there's only 2 pumpkins per map, and the maps are pretty fucking huge, so you had to like really search for them if you want to find them. And it was just like a really, really tedious experience, much more tedious than it needed to be, and I just did not like it. So yeah, I think it just detracted from the event. So for me personally, the game goes in F tier. Now, the next game on the list is Blair, and I think it also goes like at the bottom of C tier. I think I liked it a little bit more than I did 99 Nights in the Forest, but it was still not that great. You basically had to just play the game normally and then like do a little scavenger hunt that took a long ass time and was super boring, and then you had to like use the key that you got on the door, and then yippee, you got the badge. And that's pretty much it. You just kind of had to play the game normally. So yeah, it wasn't too exciting. It was kind of difficult. It was kind of annoying. It was more annoying than difficult, honestly. So I just have to put it at the bottom of C tier. I don't think I can like grant it any higher rank. Really not much to say for that game, except for the fact that it was annoying. Next game is this. I think that's Raise a Zoo, or not Raise a Zoo. Like it's the game with the zoo in the title. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Yeah, so the game's name is Build a Zoo, and Build a Zoo might be another bottom of D tier game. Even no, I'm gonna put it at the top of D tier because it was nothing special, but it wasn't as annoying as 99 Nights or Adopt Me. So yeah, geez, sorry about that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put it at like the top of D tier. But basically, what you have to do is you just have to complete like a couple of daily quests, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you have to do. You just have to complete daily quests until you got enough currency to earn the key and the rune, and yeah, that was it. Yeah, D tier, really nothing special. In fact, maybe I'll put it below 99 Nights, because it was also a big waiting simulator like Adopt Me. I think it was a bit better than Adopt Me, but it was still a huge waiting simulator. Yeah, I don't know, it wasn't that good. That's really all I have to say. Now, the next game that we have on the list is a Claw Machine Simulator, and Claw Machine Simulator is a game developed by the hosts of RB Battles. And if you guys know me and RB Battles, you know that I'm a huge fucking RB Battles glazer. Like, I glaze anything that has to do with that game to no end. But unfortunately, this time around, I think the developers didn't make an event that quite knocked it out of the park as much as their previous events knocked it out of the park. Because all the previous times that the developers of RB Battles have been invited to a Roblox event, they made like this fucking top tier, like 11 out of 10, like unbelievable fucking quest for the game. But this time around, it was a fun quest. Like, you had to go through, like, a special area in their little simulator game, and you had to, like, beat a boss and break out of a claw machine before, like, a little massive noob guy caught you and fucking killed you with the claw machine. And yeah, after that's pretty much all you had to do. You just had to collect a specific new currency in the game, and then when you collect enough of that currency, you could unlock this Axe of Destiny weapon, which is a UGC item that the developers of RB Battles made for one of their events. And when you grab that, you could use that as a weapon against the boss that you had to fight. And when you whack him a couple of times with the axe, he fucking dies. Well, it was more than a couple of times. When you whack him enough times with the axe, he just fucking falls over and dies. And yeah, then you get a key, and that was pretty much it. There's nothing else, nothing too special to it, but it also wasn't tedious. And it was also pretty fun. I think the boss fight was pretty fun. The journey to unlock the Axe of Destiny was pretty fun. So I still think I'm going to put it like the middle of A tier. It's not quite the top, it's not S tier, but it's in the middle of A tier. I think they did quite well compared to the other games in this event. Anyways, yeah, next game on the list is Dead Rails, and Dead Rails goes into yeah, the bottom of B tier. Let's say the bottom of B tier. Dead Rails, for that game, basically what you had to do is just play like a regular ass game mode. Called like Edison's Revenge or some shit that was basically just like the regular game mode except like twice as short. So yeah, it didn't take that much time to complete, and you had to find like some pumpkins or some shit and then complete the mode, and then you got the rune and the key, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't too tedious, it was kind of fun, but it also wasn't like anything super special, so I think I'm gonna put it at like the very bottom of B tier. But yeah, the next game we have on the list is Doors, and oh man, I fucking hate Doors, let me tell you that, okay? I fucking despise this game. I don't know why, it's kind of irrational, honestly, but I'm just not good at this game, and every time I have to do anything in it, I just fucking die like 50 times before I'm able to achieve anything, and I don't know, it's more of a personal regret that I have with the game. I would totally understand if someone wants to put it in A tier, but for me personally, it's like, I don't know. It's like at the bottom of B tier, because honestly, even though I kind of hate Doors and I hate playing it, and I didn't like the whole gameplay loop, I still had a little bit of fun with their event, so I think I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B tier. But yeah, basically what the event was is you had to like go around like a special Halloween map, and you had to like trick or treat a bunch for the rune, and then you had to like get door 50 on the map for the key, and it wasn't too difficult. Yeah, it was kind of fun, even though again I'm not the biggest fan of Doors. But I still think I'm gonna put it like at the bottom to middle of B tier or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, next game that we have on the list is Dress to Impress, and oh boy, kind of forgot what this game's quest was. I think to get the rune, you had to just like play the game normally, and then to get the key, you had to like go on this hunt in a haunted manor, and you had to like complete some puzzles, and then you had to do like a fucking Doors a library segment at the end, and then escape the manor or something, and then you win. Honestly, I wasn't really following along with the story, but it was kind of a fun gameplay loop. I didn't like the library part because I thought the fucking thing that was chasing you around. Basically, the way that final part worked that I'm talking about is it worked pretty much the same as the library does in Doors, right? On door 50, right? In the original game mode. When you reach door 50, you get to this like guy who cannot see you or anything, but he can hear you, and so he tracks you with his hearing, and like he fucking kills you if you take the to finish your stuff in the library, or if you're too close to him. And that's pretty much how this that last segment of Dress to Impress worked in that manner. How the last puzzle worked. And I think the character that was hunting me around was a little bit busted, but it wasn't that bad. So I think I'm gonna put the game at the top of B tier. I think it was pretty good. It was pretty fun. But yeah, anyways, oh boy, Driving Empire. Yeah, bottom of C tier. I think it's even lower than Blair. So yeah, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of C tier. Yeah, as far as Driving Empire goes, I mean, what you had to do in that game is you had to, like, run over 300 fucking zombies, which randomly spawned across the map at, like, all the intersections. So you basically had to, like, go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on an intersection and just, like, drive over as many zombies as possible until you reach 300, and you would pretty much win. But yeah, that was pretty much all you had to do. The only reason it was kind of an easier event for me is because I have a car from one of their quests for the Roblox Classic event. Like back when the Roblox Classic event was happening, Driving Empire was a part of it, and they had a quest where they would give you like a big, wide fucking truck if you completed the quest. And I got that big, wide truck, and I used it to run over as many zombies as possible. Because the track was so wide, so you could obviously hit the most amount of zombies per turn, you know. But yeah, I mean, if you use a normal car, it's that quest is gonna suck. The only other car that's really good at killing zombies is the pumpkin car, which you get from already killing 200 zombies. So when you're already like 2/3 of the way there to finishing the quest, you get a car that's really good for killing zombies. But yeah, it's just a really tedious quest. It's just really tedious and really boring. It wasn't that good. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna put it above Capybara fucking Zoo or Build a Zoo or whatever game is called. Because for me personally, it was a little bit less tedious, but again, it was just not fun. It was just not that great of an experience. The next game on the list is Epic Minigames, and I think I'm gonna put Epic Minigames at the top of B tier, above Dress to Impress. But basically, for Epic Minigames, what you had to do was talk to this NPC guy and then do a bunch of quests for him, like collect candy and like do certain things in certain maps. And yeah, when you got done with that, you would get your key in your room and yippee yahoo. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It was kind of fun. It was honestly kind of fun revisiting Epic Minigames after not playing it for so long. And yeah, the quests were not that tedious. They were kind of fun. So yeah, top of B tier is where I think that goes. Fish. Fish is the next game on the list. And Fish goes directly at the bottom of F tier. Okay, I think that's a proper placement for it. Yeah, I think Fish just detracted from the event. It was just kind of ass. But basically, what you had to do was you had to complete a quest where you just like rode around. Well, first of all, you had to like carve 3 pumpkins and make like jack-o'-lanterns out of 3 pumpkins, and then you had to like give them out to specific NPCs on specific islands, and that would give you the room key, which is not that difficult of a quest. It was pretty easy, but the difficult and grindy part comes from when you have to do the part of the quest for the key badge. Because if you want to get a key badge, what you have to do is you have to catch a specific Halloween-themed fish with specific Halloween-themed mutations. And the way to do that is by getting a specific rod, which requires you to get 10 witches' ingredients. And the way to get witches' ingredients is by doing tasks from this little goblin guy who appears every 5 minutes around the map and lets you earn a singular witch's ingredient if you wanna complete his task. So you have to complete his task 10 times in order to be able to get the all the witch's ingredients necessary for you to get a special rod that you need in order to complete the key quest. And as I said, the goblin only spawns once every 5 minutes, so that's 50 fucking minutes of just waiting around, and it just detracts from the event, and it's just so fucking boring. And it's just bad. It's just bad. Really, that's all I have to say. It's not a good quest. It's not a fun quest. It just detracts from the event. It was super boring. But yeah, I mean, ever since Do Big Studios let go Fish, I heard a lot of people who were like celebrating because, oh my god, Fish is finally free from Do Big Studios, yippee, you know, the game is not going to be grindy anymore, it's not going to be slop anymore, and then, wouldn't you know it, as soon as it got let go from big games, it, absolutely nothing changed about the game. It's still slop, it's still not fun, yeah, it's still just bad. It's still just bad, and the events are still boring. So, yeah, man, F tier, fucking F tier for that game. Funky Friday. Funky Friday can go right up my ass. Funky Friday can go, middle of C tier. Let's say middle to bottom C tier. Basically, what you had to do for Funky Friday is you just had to, like, complete a couple of songs. And yeah, that's about it. You just had to complete a couple of songs for the Rune badge, and then you had to complete a couple more songs for the Key badge. And yeah, that's about what you had to do. And yeah, I don't know. It wasn't anything special, but it wasn't anything boring. It was kind of relaxing. So yeah, bottom to middle of C tier for this quest, because it was just super short and super forgettable. And like I said, nothing special. You just had to play the game basically. That was really it. But yeah, that's that for that game. Middle to bottom of C tier, like I don't really have a lot to say about it. Next game on the list is Garden Tower Defense. And for Garden Tower Defense, I think that game belongs squarely in the middle of B tier. I think it was a little bit better than Dead Rails and a little bit better than Doors. And yeah, it belongs in the middle of B tier. But basically what you had to do is you had to play a special map, which was like split up into 3 segments, where you would like defend for one segment of the map, then go through a maze, then defend for another segment of the map, then go through a maze, and defend for a third segment of the map, and then you would win. I think it dragged on for a little bit too long. I think like 70 or however many waves there was a little too many waves to have for an event like this, so it got a little bit boring towards the end, but it was overall a relatively fun experience and not too hard. Yeah, it was chill. It was chill. I like the fact that they made such a big map for and split it into 3 segments for a simple event. And yeah, I liked it. I just liked it. That's really all I have to say. I just like the game. I probably won't return to it or anything, but it was just kind of fun. Yeah, middle B tier. What can I say? Next game on the list is Jeff, and oh boy, Jeff goes at the bottom of C tier because it was also like another slightly grindy, sloppy kind of game, right? Because what you had to do for the Rune tier is kill 25 Jeffs, and then collect their teeth when you kill them and their head exploded. And then you had to go on a little scavenger hunt, which is just basically a huge walking simulator where you had to visit one corner or all the corners of the map. Then you had to go to another corner of the map, which is even more walking. And when you did that, you would like enter this little maze area that was like really foggy and you could barely see anything. And then when you completed the maze, while a grotesque creature was chasing you, you would win. And I mean, it wasn't that difficult. It was just like kind of grindy. It's not like I had a bad time with it. It was just like really grindy. Yeah, it was just grindy and like not too fun. But I do think that, you know, I kind of liked the main gameplay loop of killing Jeff, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. And I kind of liked the maze at the end and the grotesque, ugly, horrifying creature that was fucking chasing you. So I think I'm still gonna put it at the bottom C tier. It was really grindy, but it wasn't like that bad, I guess. You know, it was still a little bit of fun at least. Next game on the list is Guts and Black Powder, and holy shit, boys, I think this might be another S tier game. Now, it's not quite as good as Armless Detective, don't get me wrong, but I think Guts and Black Powder is another S tier game right there. I think it's at the bottom of S tier though, because I think it's a little bit too difficult and a little bit too overtuned, but it's not like horrible or anything, right? In fact, it's pretty fun. It's quite the opposite of horrible. It's really fucking fun. But basically what you have to do for the Rune tier is you have to like invade Dracula's castle. Or not invade, but like Dracula, the plot of the game was that Dracula would invite you to his castle for dinner. And then like when you all sat down at his fucking huge round table, he would like fucking kill your mayor or something, and your mayor would explode to bits and pieces, and so you had to like fight him, fight Dracula, and fight his undead army, and then you had to like, put a crucifix up to Dracula's face to force him back into his coffin. And then when you force him into the coffin, you had to drive a stake through his heart by hammering it through the coffin into his chest. And then that would kill him, and then you would win. And that was really fun. But the part that I think was overtuned was the second part of the quest. Because the second part of the quest, you had to go and kill the Headless Horseman. And the problem about the Headless Horseman is that it was a boss fight that took a really, really long time. But it didn't take a long time because the Headless Horseman particularly has a lot of HP. It took a long time because you have to shoot at the horseman specifically and not his horse. Because if you shoot his horse, that does no damage. You only do damage if you shoot at the Headless Horseman himself, at the rider, right? And that was honestly a pretty hard task, considering the fact that the Headless Horseman was like galloping around and running around, and it was really fucking hard to catch him and get a good shot on him. But I somehow managed to do it. It was still really fun, even though it was difficult. And yeah, I think I put it at the bottom of S tier. It was just a little bit overtuned, which is the reason why it was not the top of S tier. But outside of that, it was really great. It was really fun. What's next? Next up, I think I'm gonna go with Keys, where, if I remember correctly, you also just have to play the game normally and, like, collect some currency or something. Yeah. No. You had a specific quest that you had to complete for the Keys game. Yeah, there were specific quests you had to complete, like reviving a certain amount of players, opening a certain amount of doors. You had to do all the quests in order, so you couldn't mix and match them, which kind of sucked. But outside of that, I mean, it wasn't really tedious. It was kind of fun, and I think I'd put it above Doors. In fact, actually, I'm going to swap the places of Doors and Dead Rails. I think Dead Rails was a little bit more boring than Doors. Yeah, Keys was not that bad of a game. You just had to, like, kind of run around, play the game, do the quests, and you would get shit. And it was an okay experience. It was fun. I didn't really rage at it. I didn't really, like, get really bored with it or anything. It was just cool. Next game is this fucking Piggy clone, whatever the hell it's called. Let me look it up as well, actually. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, just as I thought, the game has a stupid-ass fucking name. So the game is called Happy, and it's a game where you're basically in the supermarkets, and you have to escape the supermarkets, and for the special quest for the Rune Key, you just have to play the game normally, and yeah, it wasn't really anything too fun. Yeah, you just escape the supermarket a couple of times, and get some candy corn, and you win. Yippee, that's pretty much it. You just have to, like, beat the game 5 times. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a little bit better than fucking 99 Nights in the Forest, so I'm gonna put it at the top of D tier. But yeah, that's the best rating it's gonna get from me. Yeah, really not much to say about Happy. It was just a mediocre game with a mediocre quest that kind of overstayed its welcome. So yeah, D tier. D tier is pretty much what it is. Michael Zombies, though. Michael Zombies actually is at the top of A tier, in my opinion. Michael Zombies was actually a really fun quest where you had to... I forgot what you had to do for the Rune Key, or for the Rune Badge, but I do know that for the Key tier, or the Key Badge, you had to do, like, a series of quests where each quest would, like... Or in a series of quests, like a scavenger hunt. You had to do, like, a big scavenger hunt that was, like, full of hints and mysteries to solve, and when you did that, you would get the certain symbols. Certain symbols would appear on your screen after you solved each puzzle. And yeah, those symbols would tell you the code to a safe in a secret area of the game. And when you opened that safe, when you got all the symbols to open the safe, you would get your key. And it was a really fun scavenger hunt to do. I think it was executed super well. I think it was awesome. And there was also a big-ass animatronic in there for some reason. I don't know why. For some reason, the game had, like, this fucking FNAF 6 salvage section where you had to, like, salvage a big-ass animatronic. It was all optional. It's not a part of the event, but I just found it interesting because it was in the event area. For some reason in the event area, there was just this big fucking FNAF 6 looking animatronic that you had to salvage, which I found kind of funny but kind of interesting. But yeah, the scavenger hunt for the key was honestly executed really well, and I think it deserves to be at the top of 8 tier. Yeah, it was just fun, and it was pretty creative. So yeah, 8 tier. Now, the next game that I want to discuss is World Zero, and oh boy, World Zero is another F tier game. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. It's just another F tier game, and in fact, I think it's worse than Fish because the thing about World Zero is that in order to complete their key tier quest, you had to defeat like this Fallen King boss. But the problem is that he was like level 150, and if you were just barely freshly joining the game, you were like level 1. So if you went to fight the boss, you would just genuinely do like 0 fucking damage to him. And personally, I haven't played World Zero since its release, but I heard that since its release, it had a shit ton of power creep, and I could really feel it, because I was like almost level 100, I believe. All the bosses were like level 130 or 120. But yeah, I had like really good gear for my time, right? Like when the game came out, the gear that I had was like damn near the best gear in the entire game, right? But due to power creep and all the things that I mentioned before, I had genuine horrific struggle to defeat the boss, even with all my gear that was good back in the day. So I just really had no idea how you're supposed to get that key if you're a new player. Like, is a pro supposed to carry you? Because if it is, then that's just like the worst game design ever. And yeah, it just sucked, man. I had the best gear for my time, but power creep got to me, and I had to fight the boss for like 20 minutes straight, barely doing any fucking damage to it in order to beat it. It was just a grueling experience, and it was not fun, and it took away from the event, so F tier in my opinion. Universe Football, I'm gonna put that one on the bottom of C tier, because again, the way I'm ranking these games is based on like their originality and like their the way their quests were set up, right? Because if you just had to play the game to get badges from a certain game, if you just had to play the game normally, then that's kind of boring. But if you had to go on like a specific like super special, super awesome quest, then you know, that's obviously deserving of a higher rank. Universe Football, though, it was really fucking easy. It was really, really easy, which I really appreciated, because usually sports games are fucking grueling slumps to play. I don't even know if that's a proper phrase, if I had proper phrasing there. But the point is, sport games are usually really, really, really grueling to complete when it comes to their event quests. Now, thankfully, Universe Football was really easy. All they had to do was block a player 10 times in regular gameplay mode, and then catch a ball 25 times in the training mode, and then after that, you beat the event. You got the key in the room, and it took like fucking 10-20 minutes at most. Yeah, it was super easy, but again, you just have to basically play the game normally, and you'd get the rune and the key. So, yeah, because of the lack of a really cool, unique, limited time event quest, I'm gonna just have to put it at the bottom of C tier. In fact, maybe I'm gonna put it above Jeff, because it wasn't as grindy as Jeff, right? Jeff is just something else. But yeah, for its a lack of difficulty and for giving me a break, I'm not going to quite put it in F tier, but again, because it wasn't anything special, I can't put it anywhere above C tier. Yeah, next game is Peta School of Nightmares, if I'm pronouncing that right. In this game, you also pretty much just had to play the game normally. You just had to, like, go through this school, which would change the more times you escape. You have to escape the school 3 times total in order to beat the game, and the whole time a big ass monster was chasing you, and you had to like find all the keys to open the door. And when you did that whole charade 3 times, you would escape. And honestly, it was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A tier, honestly, because it did have I think it did have a special Halloween map. But yeah, all you had to do was for the room tier, all you had to do was just collect a bunch of pumpkins around the map. And then for the key tier, you just had to, you just had to, escape the school. And that was pretty much it. That was all I had to do. And it was a really fun little mascot horror game. I think it was a little bit, it overstayed its welcome a little bit, because the problem with me is that I got matched up with a team that did absolutely nothing the entire game. I mean, listen, the game is kind of terrifying. The game actually is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like, for as much as it looks like slop, it is actually kind of terrifying. So I don't blame my teammates fully here. But all my teammates did is they just hid in the safe room for the entire game, and I did all the work by myself. I got every single key by myself. But it was kind of a fun experience still. I just kind of got stuck at the last stage, the third stage, because the way to get the keys in that last stage was a little bit complicated, so it kind of tripped me up. But outside of that, it was a relatively fun experience. So yeah, I'm giving it the bottom of 8 here. I had a lot of fun with this game, even though you know, the event wasn't too different from the game's regular gameplay loop. Yeah, next up is Wreck-It Rivals. And Wreck-It Rivals, yeah, I'm gonna put it above Blair. Again, I'm gonna put it at the top of C tier. Yeah, Wreck-It Rivals, well, maybe I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B tier. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B tier. But the thing about Wreck-It Rivals is there wasn't really anything special. All you have to do for the rune tier is shoot your rockets or birdie or whatever the fuck you call it. You have to shoot it through like randomly generating hoops that would randomly generate across the map you were playing on. And when you shoot them through 25 hoops, you would get the rune badge. And then for the key tier, you had to win 4 games, which oh boy, winning 4 games in this game is really, really difficult, because if you're playing against experienced players, matches can just genuinely go on for fucking ever. So what I did instead is I just called my girlfriend and I said, "Hey, bro, can you help me, you know, get the 4 wins in this fucking game?" And yeah, I just kind of cheated. I just got all 4 wins from my girlfriend. She just handed them to me. But yeah, that's how I completed that event. It wasn't too difficult, and the rune keys were kind of fun to get. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B tier. Yeah, it was horrible. In fact, actually, yeah, I'm gonna put it at the top of C tier, because again, that key quest, if you're doing it legitimately, just genuinely isn't fun. The rune quest is, but the key quest just isn't if you're doing it legit. So yeah, top of C tier it is. What is this? Restaurant Tycoon 3. Restaurant Tycoon 3. Did they even get the key for this thing? I think what you had to do for Restaurant Tycoon 3 in order to get the key is just like complete a bunch of quests that were super boring and like waiting simulators. And I think it was honestly even worse than Adopt Me, so I might put it at the bottom of D here. Yeah, it was just bad. It was just bad, man. There was nothing really special about the game. It was just fucking terrible. So yeah, bottom of D tier it is for me. Strongman Ultra. Strongman Ultra was another easy game that wasn't like too offensive or anything. Yeah, bottom of B tier. That's how I'm gonna put it. It took a little bit of time to get it, because what you had to do was just basically play the game until you were strong enough to drag pumpkins across the bridge. And then you had to like craft the bridge out of pumpkins that you dragged to it. And then you had to cross the bridge that you crafted, and then you would get the key. And it was just really boring and repetitive, but it wasn't like too difficult or anything, and it took me like, again, 20-30 minutes to beat. So I think I'm pretty chill with putting it at the bottom beat here. What's next? I think the next game is Mimic. Now, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I did not even attempt the Mimic. The Mimic is a really difficult game, and in every event I pretty much have no interest in playing it. I watched a little Connor 3D guide to at least get the idea of what the event was about. But overall, I think I would have enjoyed it, but because I haven't played it, I'm going to create a new tier called Didn't Play. Didn't Play. I'm going to make it gray. Oh, fuck. I messed up the tier list. Hold on, give me a second here, guys. Give me a second here. Alright. Didn't play. Alright, change this color back to pink for the F tier. Right, and I'm gonna put the Mimic in the Didn't Play tier, because I didn't play it. I genuinely didn't. I just don't think it's a game that I would like, but I'm not gonna judge it, because I didn't have any intention of playing it in the first place. So I don't really feel like I'm in the proper space to judge it, I guess. I'm not the guy to judge this game, right? So I'm just gonna stay safe, and I'm just gonna put it there, and then didn't play it here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, anyways, moving on to the next game. Moving on to the next game. Let me see here. What else do we have? We got, let's go with this game. Oh yeah, it's a zombie survival game. Again, I forgot what it's called. Just give me a minute to look it up. Yeah, the game's name is Weird Gun Game, and, man, this one's kind of difficult. I think I'm also gonna have to put it in A tier. Yeah. In fact, oops, no, not like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. I'm gonna have to put it above Claw Machine Simulator, actually. It was a really fun event. But basically, Weird Gun Game in general is a good game. But I think with this event, they just they just made it pretty fun. I wouldn't say knocked it out of the park quite, but did make the event pretty cool and pretty fun. But basically, what you have to do for the event is for the rune key, for the rune badge, you have to kill 75 zombies. Which is a pretty easy task, and then you have to survive 20 waves. And you didn't have to survive 20 waves all at once, by the way, because if you did, that would be a really, really hard task, and I think the game would go into like fucking F tier. But what you did have to do is you had to survive just 20 waves total, right? So if you really wanted to, you could just keep beating wave 1 over and over and over again until you beat it 20 times to get the badge. Now, me personally, I just tried to survive for as long as I could, and it was really fun. It was really fun running around the mansion, evading all the zombies, trying to help out my dead teammates. And, yeah, it was just a fun game. It wasn't difficult, it was fun, it was a nice, relaxing experience. And yeah, in A tier, into A tier it goes. Next game we have on the list is Welcome to Bloxburg. And Welcome to Bloxburg, oh boy, this game was a little tedious, I'm not gonna lie. There were only two. The thing that you had to do for the room key is you had to collect 300 tickets, which there was only 2 ways to do that. The first way was by playing the one singular minigame they added during their Halloween event, which nobody wanted to play, so you could never get enough players in the circle to start the game. So that was out of the question. So the only other real method you had to get the 300 tickets was trick-or-treating at people's houses, which had a 5-minute cooldown between trick-or-treats, and you had to collect 300 tickets, and you would only get like 20 tickets per trick-or-treat. So yeah, it was just annoying. It was just really annoying, really tedious. It was a waiting simulator. It was ass. But I do think its later half helps it a little bit, because for the key to your badge, you had to like brew a potion for a witch or something that would help you see ghosts, and then you had to like help out the ghosts by like going into her mansion and then solving like 5 mazes. Like one maze would lead you into another maze, and then that maze would lead you into another maze, and so on, until you clear like fucking 5 to 10 mazes. And yeah, when you do that, you get the key, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, the mazes were a little bit fun, but everything else was not fun, so I'm going to put it at the bottom of D tier. And finally, thankfully, our next 2 games are both S tier. So let's start with Tower Heroes. Tower Heroes is an S tier game, and in fact, I think it's at the very, very top of S tier. I think it's the best game in the entire event. I mean, you know how Tower Heroes developers are. If you ever play the game, they genuinely put their all into the events, and the game gets updated frequently. And yeah, it was cool. But yeah, for the rune key, you just had to beat the little doors collab mode that they had, where they collab with doors, as the name mentions. I had to do that for the rune tier, and then for the key tier, you had to use the scissors that you get from beating the door fucking collab map, and then you had to use those shears or scissors to cut down vines in front of a specific door in the lobby, and then you would teleport to like a haunted manor, and you get transformed into this little cat, and you had to like fucking keep your sanity up or whatever while you navigated the mansion. And if your sanity dropped to 0, a big fucking scary grotesque monster would start chasing you at an incredible speed and fucking kill you if you didn't get your sanity restored. And to be fair, when it kills you, it doesn't really do anything. You don't lose progress every time you get killed. So you don't lose progress at all. There's nothing to lose. So feel free to die as many times as you want. But yeah, I kind of like that I could die as many times as I want without really losing progress, because I'm bad at these kinds of games. So I'm glad that they didn't punish me for dying too much. But yeah, basically you have to navigate this manor, keep your sanity up, and find 4 paintings around the manor, and put them in a specific room. And when you did that, there would be a big boss fight that you unlocked, and you navigate your way to the boss fight. You beat the boss by collecting souls around it, the same souls that keep your sanity up. And when you collect enough souls while dodging the boss's attacks, bullet hell style, you got a key, and you win. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it was a great game. It was an awesome game. The manor was beautiful. It was a really great section of the game, and I just think it belongs at the top of S tier. Oh boy. Okay, our last game of the tier list is Untitled Tag Game, and it's yet another game that belongs at the very top of S tier. This game was beautiful, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, if you played Untitled Tag Game during the Hunt Mega Edition, you would know that their quest was just absolutely baller. It was just so fucking good. And yeah, I mean, they just really kept that up into this quest as well. It was great. All the characters were great. The cutscenes were great. They really flowed nicely. They were so fun to look at. The animation of all the cutscenes was so fun to look at. And the gameplay was super fun, and everything looked super great. You just really have to play the game in order to see it for yourself, right? I mean, the only way to understand what I'm saying is to just play Untitled Tag Game, right? I mean, it was just genuinely a great experience. Again, if you played the Hunt Mega Edition version of the Untitled Tag Games quest, then you would know exactly what kind of peak we're dealing with here. Except this one might be arguably even more peak. I think the platforming was a lot more fun. Well, I don't know. I think the platforming in the original quest was a little bit more fun in the Hunt Mega Edition, but in this one, the story is a little bit more fun. Everything looks a little bit better. The animations are more polished. The art style is better, and the platforming is honestly still fun, so I'm still willing to put it at the top of S tier, right behind Tower Heroes, because I think Tower Heroes just ekes it out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, the only other thing we have to rate is the Halloween Spotlight, lobby, and I think the lobby was really great. Honestly, I think, Team Twin Atlas, Studio Twin Atlas always knocks it out of the park when it comes to creating, what are they called, lobbies for Roblox events, and this time it was no different. There was a lot of great visuals, there were a lot of puzzles to solve. I think the final run, where you escaped the dark, dingy lobby and went into the outdoors where it was like all sunny and the birds were chirping and everything, I think it was such a serene ending to a spooky Halloween event, and it was just genuinely beautiful. And for all those reasons, I have to put it into S tier, man. Yeah, I'm gonna put it like at the bottom of S tier because it's not really a game. So it's not gonna be competing with all these other games. So I'm gonna put like as its own, in like its own tier. Like pretend there's like another S tier here that I'm putting it into. But yeah, it's an S tier lobby, man. It was really good. All the puzzles were great. It's just that the ending was really serene and really surreal for a Halloween event. And the items were great, and Twin Atlas did a great job, and yeah, it was just S tier. Like, really nothing much to say. It was just a really fucking good lobby. But anyways, yeah, with all that out of the way, here's my tier list. Here's the full tier list on your screen right now. Take a gander at it, take a good look at it. Yeah, tell me if you agree or disagree with any of my takes. And, yeah, that's really about it. Thank you all for watching if you stuck around until the end, because holy shit, it's a long video. But yeah, I think it was an overall pretty decent event. There were definitely some bad games, some horrible games in fact, but there were also a lot of good ones. A lot of A and S tier ones, a lot of B tier ones, even some in the C and D tiers that were not that bad to complete. But yeah, it was overall a pretty good event. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Thank you all for watching, and see you later. Yeah, goodbye.